Hello everyone out there on YouTube. Monday video now. I haven't done a Monday video in absolutely ages because it's been superbly busy, and I would say that's a good thing. The Ducati Monster tank took an absolute age to work on. I think it was a total of 40 hours just clay work on that. If you haven't seen that yet, that was last Friday's or this Friday's just gone video. Check that out. But today's video is the Ruroc Atlas. There you go. You can see it in the reflection there, a bit of spot UV print on the box, always nice. So the Atlas 2.0, and some of you may have seen the first Atlas video I did a few months ago, and do you know what, I was seriously impressed with the Atlas. Ruroc, as a helmet company, obviously have their roots firmly set in snowboarding helmets, but they have ventured into the motorcycle helmets industry, and the first Ruroc Atlas that I saw was a brilliant helmet, really good sort of entry into the motorcycle world. And a lot of other people kind of complain about wind noise and things like that. It really didn't affect me that much, wind noise. I've seen helmets with a lot worse than that, but I have the Ruroc Atlas in here. So today we're going to go over what exactly they've improved on the Atlas 2.0, whether they've upgraded a few features only, or whether they've gone to the effort of redesigning the helmet as a whole. Let's see, let's do it. So before we start, I'm probably not going to go over the same aspects in detail as I did on the previous video because I don't want to kind of repeat myself. But briefly, Ruroc helmets are carbon fiber. They are extremely light. Try one for yourself, and what makes Ruroc stand out for me, what first grabbed my attention, was the actual shape of it. It's very different to a normal motorcycle helmet. It's got quite like a skull mean shape to it, and the graphics that they come up with are absolutely phenomenal. Now the helmets I tend to go for are usually a lot more subtle than some of the designs that they create, but nonetheless I can appreciate the designs, and they're absolutely fantastic, especially the ones with the teeth and everything like that. It's absolutely great, and I think it's the right way to go with making a helmet stand out. So here it is. So I have in my possession a new Ruroc Atlas 2.0, and what I'm going to do is compare it to this version here, which is the previous version, and compared to a lot of helmets out there, this helmet is a really good version. Now I've heard a lot of different reviews on this. A lot of people are commenting on the wind noise, and you know what, for me the wind noise wasn't particularly that bad, but that is the old version. New version in here, same kind of Ruroc box, same Ruroc bag, and in fact in this comes visor number 2, pin lock visor, and some stickers. Visor number 2, I'm guessing, is the tinted one. That's kind of this one. I do actually prefer the tinted one. Take this off if I can. Ah, right, okay. First thing I can see, that the visor is a lot different. Now looking at both visors, instantly the visors are different. Whether they're interchangeable, I don't know. That is possibly interchangeable, yes. But the structural, this looks completely different, and it feels completely different. Whereas this, there's no ridges, there's no strengthening or anything like that here. This new visor is a lot more rigid. It's got this section in here that's strengthened, and it's strengthened all around as well. First of all, I can see that there is actually a hole here, so it makes me think that it's a different kind of locking mechanism than the previous one. Feels a lot stronger as well. That is flimsy. This is a lot stronger. Now for the helmet. Okay. So this is the Atlas 2.0, and at first glances it might not look different, but I can already see differences on it. First difference I can see, okay, let's get rid of this protective layer. It is sporting the clear glass. Okay, I can see that strengthening around here. So first noticeable difference I can see is that the visor down here has got a little clip that secures that down. So that would mean that the visor doesn't lift. Again, I've heard people having issues on the other one where the wind goes under the visor and lifts it up. But I mean, that secures it that way. And as well, I would have thought having, oh, that feels completely different as well. Good work. Okay, so they've been busy obviously with this. You've got the strengthened visor all the way around on this, and it just fits the aperture ever so nicely, so really wide vision on this. Okay. Difference number 2, this padding system. In fact, let's get the other helmet on here, so let's do a side by side. Okay, I can already see, is there a difference there? I don't know whether the, oh hang on, let's measure it the old finger way. 2 fingers. Yeah, so I think the helmet has been bought out a little bit more, so it is a completely new helmet to that matter. They haven't just updated an old one and left it at that. I think they've completely redesigned it and bought it out a little bit more. So looking at it face on compared to the old one, it appears that they've bought out the whole face of this helmet ever so slightly, and I guess that would sort out the issue. So when the first time I put this helmet on, it was a little bit snug around the front here. This is the old one. The more I've used it, the more the padding gives and it becomes easier to put it on my head. But it was always an issue. That was always a little bit tight there, even after the padding went. It wasn't an issue that would concern me too much, but it's something that could be addressed, and it looks like they've done that here. I wonder if it accommodates for kind of rounder heads in that fact. This is lifting the old visor. It feels rather stiff now, but that is a lot nicer. In fact, if we open it up here, you can see that the mechanism inside has changed completely. Whereas there was no mechanism inside this at all, it's literally just a straight screw in. This whole side piece here has been changed. Which leads me on to the next point, is again the visor. On the old one, you had to use a key, an Allen key, to unscrew your visor, change it. This one, apparently you don't. It's got this instant lock change thing. I'm guessing you screw these out. Let's try it. Oh, 1 turn. Okay. That is nice. And then it's off. Amazing. Right, let's put that other visor on, because I prefer that. It's got a spring system inside. Oh, brilliant. So there are springs inside, that's a whole different spring mechanism and a lock mechanism and everything like that in there. That is nice. Let's put this. It's literally a half screw. It's not even, I thought you might have to screw it out like the old Allen key style, but you don't. It's literally a half screw is all you've got to do. Half turn. It's no, it's not even a half turn, it's a quarter turn. What am I talking about? A quarter turn and your visor's changed. Brilliant. Okay, let's look at the seals around the edges. Actually, there's a different seal mechanism altogether. Actually, the top appears to be a completely different, and the bottom to that fact. All of it is a completely new seal. Again, that eliminates any air creep or anything that came in through that visor here. That's addressed that, so that's another point addressed. So this helmet, again, still has the open and close for the ventilation on the inside here, but instantly what I can see if I put both helmets on their side, the first noticeable difference is that the padding system is completely different. You've got these emergency removal pads, clearly labelled emergency on both cheeks. You can immediately see another point that they've addressed, and that is obviously wind noise possibly coming in through your neck. So these cheeks are a lot thicker, and they're a lot spongier actually than the old one. Do you know what? It feels like a completely different helmet, just by touch here. And you've got these little flaps here which snug around your neck, so that makes the whole seal around your neck and your face a lot better than the old one. Brilliant. I will have to try it on in a minute to see how it feels. And another difference I can see here is the pin lock, and that is where this comes in. Let's go on the inside. Perfect. One last thing I can notice, having both these side by side, is that the vent system on these are a little bit more refined on version 2 than version 1. Whereas on version 1, these little vents at the top here, as you can see, stick out a little bit. My finger does bang into them, and that's the same with all 3 all the way around. Version 2 is a lot more refined, so there's little indentations going on here, and my finger does go straight over it, so the vents are actually inset by, let's say, 0.5 mil to 1 mil. So all in all, Atlas 2.0 gets a massive thumbs up from me, and it goes to show that the guys at Ruroc do actually listen to feedback and do work on that as well. So there's only one more thing to do. Let's try it. So now that we've gone over the helmet and it's got the dark visor in place, here it is. It looks mean. It absolutely, I mean, look at that profile. That profile in itself is fantastic. Right, let's try it on. The previous one was a bit tight to fit on. That is a lot easier to put on. And actually, it feels like a completely different helmet to the last one. It doesn't feel like anything like the last one. Still enough room on it. The cheek pads are firmly set in there. I wouldn't say you'd need them any tighter or any looser. They are perfect. With the new padding on here, you have got these little flaps at the bottom which do hug around your neck, and this little chin windbreaker here is perfect. Now the main thing I can actually realise with this is on the previous Ruroc, and this wasn't really an issue for me because my nose doesn't stick out that much, but I could push the helmet back to touch my nose, only ever so slightly. If I push this helmet back, there's definitely more room inside here, and I do think, I mean, Ruroc haven't said this to me at all, but looking at both helmets, I actually think that they've widened the mouth part. Putting it on and taking it off actually is a lot easier. There you go. That's how cool the clipping mechanism is on that. It's just kind of locked itself as I've taken it off. Magnetic, so it pulls together. But putting it on and off, that is a lot easier than the last one. A lot easier. Put the visor down. That is cool. That does feel like a completely new helmet. Enough room for your ears as well, because obviously you've got the shockwave system to put on there. It fits snug around your head, there's no wobbling or anything, it fits my dome perfectly. That is absolutely fantastic. So 2.0 gets a massive thumbs up from me. It's an improvement, and you can tell that the guys at Ruroc have actually gone about their work to improve the helmet. Rather than just releasing a helmet with a few extra features, they've actually gone to town and properly reinvented it. So now is your chance to win a Ruroc helmet. So how to win a free Ruroc helmet? Simply head to my Instagram profile, so the link below is down there, and there'll be a link to the actual post as well. What I want you to do is follow my Instagram account, follow Ruroc's Instagram account as well, and comment down below. If you want to tag people in it, feel free to do so. Tag as many people as you want, but that is essentially all you need to do, is head to the Instagram post down below, follow me, follow Ruroc, and post your message on there, and preferably post what helmet style you'd like. So come February the 11th, you'll be able to choose what helmet you actually want, what helmet style. The names will be picked by February 27th, which I believe is the launch date. The entries are open worldwide on this, so I'm sure there's some terms and conditions and everything like that, but simply head to the link below and put your name down for the opportunity to win a free Ruroc helmet. So that is all from me. This Friday I'm hoping to get the other Ducati Monster video out, and that will be the actual seat, the seat fabrication, or the fabrication, sorry, the seat moulding and the new seat shape and everything like that, and then that will go nicely with the tank. So follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of the Ducati Monster, and there'll be more builds of course. So until Friday's video, behave, enter for a chance to win a Ruroc helmet. And I'll also be posting a video on how to install the shockwave system on this as well. So, see you later.